energy. Your love is lifting me. Ooh, energy bills. Furious energy bills soar again.
But wait a minute, they've just put them up.
They're going to put them up again, aren't they? And remember, they don't even know whose gas and electricity is running through their pipelines or wires.
It must be a further attack to depopulate the planet by freezing the elderly and poor to death.
Well, that goes back to the Club of Rome, doesn't it? The depopulation thing.
Oh, yeah.
There's a book about the Bilderberg Group, and it's got one of the, he calls them the Zionists, one of the biggest Zionists on the planet, and he's a Jewish man, Kissinger. Yeah, Henry Kissinger.
A useless eater.
And he's in that. So yeah, millions of families face devastating energy bill hike as critics last night warned price cap is fueling debt and misery. Well, that's exactly what our mind controllers want, isn't it? Yeah.
Because they said they were going to cap so that no, they can't go above any level, and now they're just saying, yeah, just put the price up again. Don't matter. Yeah, we'll implement the cap after you've made enough money for your shareholders. And the Queen said, which just happens to be me.
That's sick. Why are you treating people like this? I mean, get off the planet if you can't even you don't understand ultimate self-realisation. Theresa May and the infantile Donald Trump. Do you know we're going to do a soul test on him? In fact, we'll do that next. Soul test on Donald Trump. What would Donald Trump turn out to be? He's certainly not a wise old soul, is he? And anyway, so yeah, everybody, all your bills are set up going £118 extra a year. I mean, who's in charge of these energy companies? They use oil, gas, coal. You get these electric cars, don't you? And it says...
And buses.
And the electric buses, yeah.
Nottingham City Council proudly promote that this car is running on free energy.
Yeah, clean and green.
Yeah.
We stopped one of those buses in town a year or so ago, wasn't it? And the driver wound the window down. He says, "Yes, lads, can I help you?" He says, "Where do you get the energy for this clean and green electric bus?" And he says,
"Plug it in."
Plug it in. How long does it have to be plugged in? Oh, all night. And where's the power coming from? Ratcliffe-on-Trent.
Yeah, you see that big building right the way over there with loads of steam coming out of it?
Chimneys in it. That's what it's coming from. Oh, that's really clean and green. What are they burning there? Oil,
coal,
and coal. That's bloody clean, isn't it? A clean electric car. No, it's not. Anyway, price hikes. So, anybody heard of Geet engines?
Yes.
That's an implosion. Going to send you something later, my friend Callum. You know who that is, about Geet engines. There's kids in America that do it for their science projects, and basically it creates an implosion, but you know, like a thunderstorm, an electrical implosion rather than an explosion. And the gases that come out of the exhaust at the back are what?
Usable again.
Zero. Nothing. We used to have a car that partly ran on water, didn't we? A Jag. Everybody thought it was a Bristol, and got it really cheap, less than £1,000. And we took it to Oliver and Damien, and they sorted it all out and put one of these water boost systems on. And it was doing like 70, 90 miles to the gallon, where it was doing 11 before. And yeah, look into that. So we could have cars that either charge themselves. My dad invented a car, sent it to Richard Branson. He sent his plans back saying you should send this to Honda and Toyota. And guess what? Honda and Toyota now make self-charging cars. And they destroyed his plans. What does that tell you? What other alternative engines we can use?
Compressed air.
Compressed air. We could, this solar panel's been around for ages. That could be modified, especially with better storage batteries, storing the information. You don't even need the panels on your roof. Look
at the EV back in early 2000, which was electric car that ran for over 300 miles on one charge. And
the Saudis,
a lot
royal family didn't like that,
a lot of celebrities that had them, and they said how brilliant were. They put your foot down and it goes. You take it off and it stops.
Oh yeah.
And then
they recalled all 160 of them, didn't they?
That's correct.
And
yeah.
They were saying no, it works brilliant, and they destroyed them all.
Yeah.
Can we have it back? It's brilliant. No.
How
come? How come?
Vehicles.
Because our governments and our so-called scientists of this planetary game sphere, which we co-create, well, it seems that way, doesn't they? Because they just want to fuck the planet and turn it into a fucking one cesspit.
Yeah.
But bearing in mind what metaphysics we've read, all you fucking government shitheads and you twat scientists don't realise you've got to come back to this pile of shit when you reincarnate here as a baby. And you're poisoning the fucking planet. What about free energy? Oh, the royal family won't like it. Sorry, the Saudi royal family won't like it because they've got enough money. We don't need any more weapons, we don't need any more oil, and we certainly don't need any gas or coal. So what are you going to use?
Water.
That's a good idea, and it's abundant. And guess what? Do you know in that car we had, what came out? The exhaust pipes along.
Water.
You could just recycle it. I didn't even need to put water into it if I could recycle it. But yeah, hydrogen cars that produce hydrogen at 300 bar, 30 psi. Oh, hold on, you can run your central heating system on that. There's no need for npower or any of your 7 energy giants or whatever they call them this week, next week or last week. Anybody getting the message yet?
We're being ripped off.
By who?
Government, every time.
It seems that way. Our minds are being totally controlled. But if somebody says, oh, by the way, government, we can have these geek engines and we can have cars that produce hydrogen on demand for themselves, we don't need any petrol stations anymore. We certainly don't need any oil or fuel.
How are we going to tax them? That's what it's down to at the end of the day. How can we steal money, relieve money from them so that they're struggling?
Well, that's a good point, my friend, because I'll leave our viewers with this. Recently, one of your favourite institutions, Nottingham County Council, which is now Conservative, con, deception to serve, and then Nottingham City Council, we have Labour, which is toil and trouble, and then you can vote for the Liberals, which is, we'll give you a little bit, keep the rest for ourselves and our mates. So they're charging tax now, and you'll be pleased to know the Nottingham County Council, just across the River Trent, they've got to pay for a new terrorist barrier outside Trent Bridge Cricket Ground. Surely
Trent Bridge Cricket Ground should be paying for that barrier.
Shh. Don't ruin it, old boy. Fill out your expenses form. They're going to put up council tax, which is value-added theft, and there is no law which says that anybody's obliged to pay council tax.
Any man or woman is obliged.
Or any tax whatsoever, which is correct. They're going to put it up by 4%, and he reckons...
Well, that's one of... It's supposed to be a maximum of 3%. It's in all the books. 2.99% is what they're supposed to put it up, because Northampton Council had to apply to the government for special dispensation to increase there by 2% on top of the 2.9%, which took it to nearly 5%. So therefore, these bunch of scumbags, by increasing it to 4%, are breaking the law, because they need a special dispensation from the government. Or it's crooks.
No, that's something else. Have you seen the crooks at the moment, Cancer Research UK? They've got this massive campaign.
Yep, because they know that cannabis is coming and their time of milking is almost over.
By the way, Gedling Borough Council, which is another council in Nottingham, it's put out these little notices all around the shops around Arnold and Gedling. A friend of mine sent me a picture, and it says the chief constable or the chief person in the so-called police believe that cannabis doesn't cure cancer and would like to meet somebody who's been cured by it.
So we can arrest you and charge you with dealing with banned substances.
Exactly. That's what I call a great public service. Don't you?